Welcome to Megamind. I am David.
And I am Monica.
A quick reminder, please give us a like, hit the bell, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and supporting us. Right, Monica, today we're doing something a little different. Think of it as a big buffet of life lessons. Some spicy, some sweet, and one involving snakes.
You make it sound like we're serving up jungle cuisine.
Well, in a way, we are. The first dish, the snakebite story.
Oh, here we go. I love this one because it's so visual and because it's so me.
Exactly. The lesson is, imagine being bitten by a snake, and instead of treating the bite, you chase the snake to ask why it bit you and prove you didn't deserve it.
And while you're chasing it, the venom's still spreading.
Exactly. In real life, the snake might be that person who insulted you at work, or the friend who ghosted you. You can spend weeks chasing the why instead of healing.
You're making me remember the time I spent 2 months trying to get an apology from someone who clearly didn't care.
Oh, what happened?
Well, by the time they finally sent a message, it was so half-hearted it made me angrier.
See, that's exactly it. You could have used that time for recovery, not revenge.
Yeah, I basically chose extra venom. Lesson learned.
Speaking of venom, let's talk about tone. Apparently, 90% of fights happen not because of what's said, but how it's said.
I think we both had that moment when someone says, "I'm fine," in a tone that means, "I'm definitely not fine."
Oh, yeah. And that's why tone is such a big deal. You can tell your colleague, "That's interesting," with genuine curiosity, or you can make it sound like, "Wow, that's the dumbest thing I've heard today."
I once told my flatmate, "Sure, take your time," when they were hogging the bathroom. I meant take your time, but my tone made it sound like I was ready to fight them in the hallway.
Exactly. And beyond fights, 85% of success apparently comes from personality and communication skills, not technical skills.
That's huge. You can be brilliant in your field, but if no one can work with you, or you don't know how to make people feel heard, you're stuck.
It's why, even in emails, I add a friendly greeting and a little warmth. Otherwise, "Please send me the file" can sound like, "Send me the file or else."
Right. Content, tone, and body language all matter. You could be saying, "I'm happy for you," while looking like you just swallowed a lemon, and guess what they'll believe? The lemon. Now, let's hop to Japan for one of my favorite legends, the wrong train.
If you get on the wrong train, get off at the nearest station. The longer you ride, the more expensive and harder the return trip.
Translation, get out of bad situations sooner rather than later. Like when I started a job that was clearly not for me, but thought maybe it'll get better. Spoiler, it didn't.
I've done the same. I once signed up for an advanced yoga class. I realized within 15 minutes I was in over my head, but instead of leaving, I stayed for the full hour. I couldn't walk properly for a week.
So basically the return trip was a physiotherapy bill.
Exactly. Sometimes the bravest thing is to say, "This isn't working," and get off at the next stop.
Now, here's the rule of 100. If you spend just 100 hours a year, 18 minutes a day on any skill, you'll be better than 95% of the world at it.
18 minutes is nothing. That's literally one coffee break.
Yeah, but here's the catch. You have to do it consistently. Consistency is everything.
It's true. I've been learning Spanish for 10 minutes a day for months. I can't hold a deep conversation, but I can order coffee, ask for directions, and even complain about the weather. So basically, I'm ready to move to Spain.
And I've been doing guitar for about the same time each day. I'm not Ed Sheeran, but I can play enough to get my niece dancing.
That's the magic. Small, daily effort compounds. You just have to keep showing up. Speaking of showing up, have you ever done a life audit?
Yep.
Like taking your life in for a service? You check 8 areas: health, finances, personal development, career, relationships, self-care, home, and free time.
When I did mine, I realized my free time was basically Netflix and scrolling. Not exactly soul-nourishing.
Same. I had zero self-care unless you count eating biscuits in bed.
That's comfort care, not self-care.
Exactly. The point is, when you see it all laid out, you can make changes without guilt. You're not just vaguely feeling something's off. You can pinpoint it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this bucket is empty. Let's fill it.
Now, to turn dreams into reality, we've got the dream formula: discipline, routine, education, action, and mentality.
I like that routine comes after discipline because it's easier to stay disciplined when you've got a routine.
True. For me, the tricky one is action. I can plan, research, and prepare forever. But starting, That's where I stall.
Oh, I've been there. I once spent 2 weeks picking out the perfect planner to get organized. By the time it arrived, I'd lost all momentum.
See, sometimes the action is just starting before you feel ready.
And mentality is the glue. If you think you can't, you won't, no matter how many of the other steps you've nailed.
And finally, the algorithm of life: thoughts, decisions, focus, actions, and future.
It's such a simple chain, but every link matters. Bad thoughts, you make bad decisions. No focus, your actions scatter. And then your future, well, it's just random.
I think of it like cooking. Your thoughts are the recipe, decisions are what ingredients to buy, focus is actually following the recipe instead of checking your phone, actions are the cooking, and the future is the meal you end up with.
And if you start with a bad recipe, you're not ending up with a 5-star meal.
Exactly, which is why we should all pay more attention to the first step: what's actually going on in our heads. Remember to subscribe. Thank you.
You know what I like about all these lessons? They're connected. The snake story is about letting go and moving forward. The communication one is about how we connect with others. The wrong train is about course correction. The rule of 100 is about consistency. The life audit helps you see where to put your energy. The dream formula is about structure. And the algorithm of life, that's the whole system.
Yep. And they're all small, doable things. No one's saying you have to overhaul your life overnight.
Exactly. Just start somewhere. Maybe today it's being mindful of your tone. Tomorrow it's doing your 18 minutes of practice. The next day it's getting off the wrong train. And who knows, in a few months you might look back and realize you've built a whole new future.
Drop your comments below and subscribe to our channel. David and Monica are personas we use to make our content more engaging and relatable. We're not affiliated with any organization or product mentioned. Our discussions are just for inspiration and entertainment, not professional advice. Always think for yourself, take what works for you, and make your own decisions. See you next time.